We chill? We chill. Here we are. Good morning. It is it would have been 10 o'clock if it was prior to the time change, but you know, here on the West Coast in Canada, we've apparently decided that we're never going to change the time again. So that means the government stole an hour from me today, and I'm never getting it back. Very sad. I guess I gotta move if I want it back. Anyway, that's not what's important here. What's important here is that we have an event on that allows us to get bonus experience from quests every day for 6 hours. I've got a main quest to do, and then after that I kind of just want to vibe and run some dungeons and chill and not do Gaia. I'm behind on Dragon Points, so we're probably gonna end up doing a ridiculous Gaia run at the end of the month as usual, but that's a problem that I'm gonna have to face in a couple weeks. Not today. Today we just chill. Alright, well, obviously I want that buff active, since that's the time-limited event buff. But also we should get some other experience buffs active as well. I've got the NPC names. In fact, I've got all names off for because I'm recording a really large project right now, but it's actually kind of throwing me off to not have NPC names on. Might have to turn that back on. Anyway, experience items. VIP is probably overkill. That'll do. Anything else? Do I need anything else at all? I don't think so. Do I got some move speed food? No, I don't. I don't have any move speed food going on here. Oh well. And her inventory looks fine, so we should be good. If I was smart, I would go get my my pumpkin pet too, but I'm not planning on being smart today. I'm planning on relaxing with my 1 cup of coffee. Oh, is this There's gotta be like 1 pixel you gotta stand on to activate the quest here. And I am playing using the controller, so it's gonna be a little bit awkward. Now I've seen a lot of because we got rid of the time change here. It's the last time change we're ever gonna do in this province here. I've seen a lot of back and forth about how we should have stuck with the other time, like we picked the wrong one to stay with. Frankly, I agree. I can't believe that they made us suffer through one more of the taken away an hour, rather than graciously giving it back to us in the fall and then stopping. It's just so nice when you got that hour back. Oh, hey, Wada! Oh, it's a chill morning. I also didn't give much notice for when I was planning on starting because, actually, to start off the lost hour day, the one of the nearby buildings had their evacuation alarm going off for a couple hours this morning. It was awful. So, despite intending to get a little extra sleep from the from missing the hour here, I was up at like 5 a.m. again. So I tried to spend a little bit of time this morning just relaxing. Tried being the key word there, because I actually ended up grinding quite a bit in Blue Protocol before I started the stream. I just realized I should probably be using experience books here because I've got way too much LP. I think 60 should be enough. Oh, hey, Plinko. Yes, Order Kingdom did end up winning the poll. And I think second place was the banned option. It wasn't even different games. Or the other games. Hold on, let me check again. You know what? Since I've started, more people have now voted for the banned option. I can't believe you guys voted to ban it, and then you voted for it. Gosh, make up your mind. I guess that means afterwards I have to go to a cafe, because that's what I said I'd do if it won. Oh, hey, Ming. Yeah, so, this last week, I was working a lot. I went into overtime again. And Cryo6, hey! I figured that quest was just easier to do with a mouse, but I'll go back to controller now. But yeah, goodness, when I set up the stream, Order Kingdom was still in the win, and banned option was, not. But yeah, so I got up early because one of the nearby buildings had the evacuation alarm going off, and it was just quite hard to sleep through that. But then I had to lock in and finish all my dailies on all my other accounts. We'll put that there. Wait, nobody misinterpreted this option has been banned for try to get banned in game. Nobody would do that. Especially since I already explained that this option has been banned meant I'm gonna go for it to a cafe. To be honest, because I work at, because I worked overtime, I was thinking I'd be allowed to treat myself to a little bit this weekend. Oh, hey, Zaris! Flynn's in an Effa broke it. Yes, that is the golden ostrich. He's just got lightning Beebus. Flynn's and an Effa broke it both time they came and you lose 50. You know what? I have not won a 50-50 without capturing Radiance since Natlan started. So, I feel your pain. These are the wrong mobs. Also, I missed Varka. I'm not going to be able to get him on any of my accounts. So, that's the other thing I need to do today. I need to get some groceries because we're out of eggs. And then I'm just going to lock in on my alternate Genshin accounts and finish up the events. See if I can get myself a Varka on at least one of them. Oh, this is my Lancer. She is not really geared right now. Actually, I bet you if I look, she's in level 70 gear. Is that level 70? No, it's 80. 90. Ooh, better than I thought. She is in my Corliss 90 and level 60 Devourer bottom. Oh boy, hold on a second. I mean, 50% boss damage isn't nothing. But yeah, she's got gear. She's got gear. This big spinny attack, it's actually got a bit of a problem because it's not a big AoE, it's concentric circles, so it actually can miss targets that are in range by them just being between the lines. Oh, yeah, the duck sucks. If you don't have the lunar charged. Unfortunately, the Stygian kind of do be like that. I tried everything I could to beat the big wolf guy on the last one without the without Zibai. And I just couldn't. Frankly, on all my alt accounts, I just beat the hard for the primos and called it a day. I just stopped there. But I kind of wanted Varka just because I thought he's cool. Oh, those guys aren't even part of the quest. I've actually been doing something kind of silly in Genshin lately, where I'm trying to, because like for Imaginarium Theater, yeah, he does look like a beefy Aventurine, but you never even played Honkai Star Rail, did you? Oh my gosh, you've actually beaten level 5 on all of them? I stop at 4. I just stop at 4. For me, it's like, I don't know how much more effort I would need to put into everybody's builds to be able to get that high. Because after I beat everyone other than the angry Geo wanting horse last time, gosh, and I thought I had a team left over. Like, I still had my Columbina left so that I could try to do, like, a knockoff Lunar Crystallized against it. I just scrapped it, pulled out all my best characters, and I still couldn't beat the freaking horse on 4th level, so I just gave up. So, right now I'm kind of focusing more on Imaginarium, so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going through all my, old 4-star characters and bringing them back to modern standard, I guess you could say. Well, not even modern standard, just functional standard for Imaginarium. I don't know why, but I decided to pick Geo first. I think it was the not having anybody that I could use for, like, even a knockoff Geo Crystallized. Actually, speaking of Aventurine, though, I wore my Aventurine dress to work yesterday. And after the shift ended and I was shutting down my computer, the girl next to me was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your style. You always wear such cool outfits." And it's like, yes. We're not in high school anymore. People don't make fun of me for my clothes. You need a Varka? Complete with C1 Arlecchino. Ah. Yeah, my thing is I really prefer to have a bunch of different characters to play over having constellations of the same ones. I think it's more fun, so I've accepted that the way that I enjoy the game is not conducive to beating the hardest level of the endgame content. Have I been remembering to use my terms or my experience books? I'm not positive I am. You gotta admit, Gold Beavis does kind of got it. He's sharp, he's got lots of shiny bits on it, he's got the lightning, he's a pretty good looking guy. I should say mount, before somebody takes that out of context. Some of the, like, really, really giant, fancy mounts are just, like, a little bit too much. I've actually completed all the battle passes for Miliastra. I actually enjoy the Genshindle, so I do that one every day. And then I've also still got a couple of the instant clear ones in my, that I've got access to. They've been trying to get rid of all the instant clear ones, but I've still got a couple. So, yeah, I've been finishing off the Miliastra battle passes because I've bought the regular battle pass, and I kind of like using the mannequins in, what do you call them? Like co-op events? Like when we were doing, when we had the last Wind Trace and you could play as your mannequin against other players, that was kind of fun. I like that. Yep. They need a good braid hair, though. That's not freaking paid. And oh my gosh, my main account for Miliastra, I have had such bad luck with the free costumes banner. Like, literally nothing in terms of, like, early pity. Whereas all my alt accounts have at least 7 or 8 of the 4-star costumes, like the fancy ones. My main account has 3. It's ridiculous. But I guess it's fine. Because then my mannequins look different on every account. You know, Miliastra is kind of odd. Because I like Genshindle and the fact that... I mean, it's a little bit awkward the way you have to play it in-game. But it is nice just, like... having fun with it, but like the event that they had where for those crystals that you needed to do, like the really, oh gosh, I don't even know how to explain it, where it like had specific games you wanted you to try every day and they would take quite a while to play. I didn't find those to be super polished or fun, but you know, I play my Genshindle, I do my auto clears, and then I'm out of there. Honkai Star Rail, yeah, they're, people talk about how generous it is for giving away so many, characters. But, the power creep there is a lot worse than Genshin, I would say. Hey, Lousy! Oh, speaking of Honkai Star Rail, though, they just dropped a clothes, like Genshin, and rather I should say Hoyoverse has a clothes line where they make outfits that are kind of inspired by the game characters, not specifically cosplay, and they just released they announced 2 new ones that are up for pre-order now, and one of them was for Child, Tartaglia, and it's kind of sad how close it is to just being cosplay, because obviously one of my favorite characters in the game, and I would have loved to be able to have like an inspired outfit that didn't stand out that much. But then they also announced one for Anaxa, for the Honkai Star Rail character, and I haven't played the game enough to have met that character, because I stopped on Aventuring's banner. But like, At first glance, the Anaxa dress it looked like a dress that was a little bit too much, but then I kept looking and the skirt kind of speaking to me, but I just don't know anything about the character, so it's like, because I did end up not ordering the Nier Automata dress. I didn't hit my target, so it didn't, like, I haven't hit my goal yet, so it felt like it wasn't appropriate to go for it. Oh, Gamming's new anecdote has a recipe. I've actually not been getting anecdotes on my Genshin account either. Like, I think there's a couple hidden ones that I need to trigger. Before it'll actually show them on the map again. So that's sad. Oh, there was one more spot. Well, I'll figure it out sooner rather than later, I suppose. Or at least I hope I'll figure it out sooner rather than later, because I am, I'm still desperately trying to see if I can scrounge myself a Varga before the end of the path, because, what, the next character is Linnea, and obviously I don't have Geo. Oh, Varga's got a... Well, of course she's dodging me. So of course it would be hard to find his anecdotes too. Gosh, what a jerk. I'm sad. I really wanted him. That's why I don't do pulls on stream, because I'm so unlucky lately. Like, literally I've not won a 50-50. So you'd just be sitting there watching me suffer anyway. No. He wants me to streamer luck. The problem is... The problem I have is that when I first started playing Genshin, I did watch some videos with streamers playing, and it kind of desensitized me to the idea of how much it costs. Like, when I'm talking about buying like a fancy bespoke skirt, well, I guess it's not really bespoke, but when I'm talking about like these outfits that they sell, where you can have an object in reality, where you can wear it for a long period of time, the fact that those cost less than a guaranteed character is just so ridiculous. How come these are not auto-pathing? Weird. So it's just so ridiculous. So in the past, like when the game first came out, in the first year, I did spend more than I should have. I'm okay because I'm an adult and I save a lot of money because I'm neurotic about that kind of thing. So I'm okay, but like I spent more than I should have. And even then I'm not talking like $1,000 or something, but yeah, I spent more than I should have. Oh, is it International Women's Day? Oh, happy International Women's Day for all the ladies. Oh, but yeah, no, like I spent more than I should have to get my hands on Child, because I really, really wanted him. And of course he's outdated now, but I don't care, I still love him. But I feel like watching other people pull kind of desensitized me to how much that is, like how much that costs, and what the value of it is. So now I would much, like, if I had $500 right now to burn, I would much rather go and, like, if I'm gonna spend it on Hoyoverse, I would much rather go get some clothes. Some nice clothes that I like and would wear. And that my coworkers will maybe awkwardly think, oh my god, I'm sitting next to the crazy girl, and then at the end of the day be like, oh, your clothes are nice. No, it didn't sound like that when the person next to me said it, but she sounded sincere, but like, you know. I'd much rather have that than a character in a game. And so the idea that my actions might cause somebody else to, like, disassociate the cost is bad. Yeah, before, when there was no way to guarantee what you wanted on the weapon banner, that was even worse. But at some point, hopefully they figure out a way to give it so that you can target a 4-star character. Because I still didn't get my hands on Iluga either. The Genshin guys just hate me. I heard that we might be getting a free Iluga in the future, though, so hopefully that's true. I'm also not playing this character. Very well, so please don't take this as a guide for how to play, Please don't take this as a guide for how to play a Lancer. Non-monthlies are horribly overpriced. Yes, exactly, Yoshi. So I do buy the monthly pass in Genshin, but I do not spend any money on any of the other top-ups. Oh, geez, something hit me real hard there. In the solo mode. Shush, Plinko, I let me have my faith. Well, we already got it free, I know. Anyway, maybe I should actually have an Eidolon out here because I'm using kind of crap gear. I'm playing Dark, right? So how about Eris? But that's what I mean, is like, let's say there's a pity system on the 4-stars, where if you, like the same way that they do with the weapon banner, well, not necessarily even the same way, but like some kind of way to guarantee that you might actually get them. Oh, speaking of Eidolons though, Yosh, I am currently working on a project, and that's, again, I'm sorry, I mentioned it earlier, but the reason why I don't have my, my name on is because I'm doing a really big recording project. I think I got about 30 left. I'm recording all of the Eidolon combo skills and making a compilation video. I mean, I've done it before, so I am reusing a good chunk of the footage, but yeah, no, I'm going through and I am taking a video of the combination skills for every single one of the Eidolons and compiling it. I have some assistance with the ones that I don't have. I'm very excited about getting that out. But I've done it before. I have about 60 cut in the project file right now, like 60 in the timeline for the project file. I've got about, oh gosh, where's my spreadsheet? Now I'm curious, how far am I along? Okay, so there's 171 total, 36 left to record, but 6 of those are Eidolons that I do not have. So I've requested assistance, and it's just a matter of the person I've requested assistance from is very busy, and hopefully they come through sooner rather than later. But yeah, I'm adding about... I'm trying to do like 10 to 20 finishing the edit per day, and then also doing a recording 3 or 4 per day so that we... I'm not burning out on trying to get around to to all of them. Anyway, where was Karis? I'm pretty sure she's around here, right? Yes. And when I do release it, I'm hoping... I don't know what I'm hoping, actually. I just kind of like the animations. They're not optimal to use in most combat, but it feels like they put a lot of effort into the animations. So it's kind of a shame to not have them compiled somewhere. But that being said, I am kind of relying on some other people here, so it might be a while if the other people are still busy. Because just like in Genshin, if you want a brand new Eidolon in Aura Kingdom, you gotta roll for them. And this is a cash-only table for a brand new Eidolon. And in the Discord, some people were talking about spending a couple $100 and not getting what they wanted. So that's out of my budget. I'm the kind of person that's here like, oh, do I have enough money to go to the cafe because I worked overtime this week? Hey, is this not chilling? I'm chilling. Playing with a controller, doing solo dungeons. That's pretty chill. Oh, ruby coins are used for the other Paragon. So we have the normal Paragon Classic, which uses ruby coins, which we get some free every week. But again, I don't gamble on stream, so or rather, I don't gamble on stream, so you won't see me doing any rolling. I did roll, got nothing. So there's your lesson. We also have a Dragon Paragon. The Dragon coins are available in game. There's a dungeon that I run every night that drops them, and I just kind of let them build up until there's something that I need to roll the table for. And then whenever they release a new Eidolon, they drop them on the rainbow table. So there's not always a rainbow table. And of course, you can always just use money to buy ruby coins if you need more than the free play available ones, but not me. Area did the rainbow table now and then. And at times... Well, I mean, if I really, really wanted to roll... I suppose I could buy rainbow coin packs off of other players. I don't know if there's, I don't know if there's a good pack for them available right now. Not really. Anyway, as you can see, 0 XP. Yeah, 8 years ago, I'm pretty sure they only used ruby coins. Alright, one more map, and... Oh no, I totally get it, but, right, like, so what? I could spend $5 Canadian on a, what, like, maybe 450 XP? And what would that get me? Very likely somewhere in the range of 4 rainbow coins for 4 poles on the table. Like, yeah, okay. Or I can go get a coffee and have a nice walk outside on a sunny day, right? Yeah, I suppose you could say that the majority of the economy is moved by the Paragon table these days, which is why oath rings are in such high demand. Didn't mean to run away there. But I'm actually really bad with gold in this game. So, the majority of what I enjoy doing doesn't rely on having a consistent source of gold. I know that's not going to be the experience for everyone, but try to find games that you enjoy without needing to interact with the parts of them that you don't like. Would be good advice, I suppose. Is there no more of these guys? Game stage for casino. I'll manage the casino. Oh, sure. It's hard to say what would be a conclusion to Genshin, right? Like, they've already said that they want Genshin 2 after the main arc of Teyvat is done. So that suggests to me that there would be a conclusion per se, but as with any ongoing game, it's there's a dance between you don't want the party to end, but the story has to have a conclusion. If you mean the Genshin Quest event, then I did finish it. On 2 accounts, actually. As of this morning, I finished it on my 2nd account, so I need to do 1 more. I think what I like about Genshin is more the exploration. I don't get too fussed about the minute details of the story, and that does often end up with me forgetting aspects of it at times. But because it's so spread out over a long period of time, it does feel like it's hard to like connect together pieces. One thing I noticed specifically during Varka's story quest was there was maybe it was just one specific moment where it came to mind, where they used the dialogue options of the traveler to remind you that the contrivance, so to speak, that they were discussing was the contrivance they were discussing had been like present in other parts of the story that I probably wouldn't have pieced together because it's been so long since I did those parts of the story. Like, I knew that God Remains sitting around were bad, but it would not have clicked to remember that. And that's probably on me. Oh, yeah, it did feel like for the first couple of countries there, we were much more involved in specifically what was happening in the country, and the sibling going on in the background was a little bit more tangential. And I do think that in I don't really want to do like spoilers or anything here. I guess it's a couple years old, so maybe it doesn't count as a spoiler anymore. But in the Archon plots for each country, you're right that your relationship and the situation with your sibling is much more backdrop. But then at the interlude chapters, that's where they start to do more with the sibling, right? So yeah, it was like once a year you get sibling plot, but in Not Cry, they, yeah, in Not Cry, yeah, we'll put it that way. So if you felt like catching up, there's good stuff waiting for you. In Genshin 2, do we get to keep all our characters? Again, for me, what I enjoy about Genshin is what I get out of it on a daily basis. When the Archon quests are only like once every 6 weeks, or the main quests are only like once every 6 weeks, that's not what keeps me coming back. It's just the world, the music, the exploration, that kind of stuff. That's what keeps me coming back every day. Basically, I think it's fun. Honestly, the worst part about it is that it had to be a gacha game. The second and third account is the unhealthy relationship. The first account is the healthy relationship. I want to explore more, but I'm at 100% exploration, so I made alt accounts so I could explore again. Heard you liked exploration, so I explored your explored world again. Hello, Resonant! The grind is grinding! Not really, I'm doing it very chill. That's right, take it back. It's a healthy relationship until I play multiple accounts. I'm keeping it pretty chill here. I figured I kind of wanted to do, I wanted to catch up on the main quest here with this little Missy while we have the, Blessed Grace. That's the buff that you get in Port Scandia. And then I just kind of wanted to do a nice little run, I think, on Ravager. Just solo modes, not the party dungeons. Just a real chill sort of run through some dungeons. With some tunes and a coffee. I made an iced coffee today because it's weirdly warm. And then once I'm done, I'm ready for the stream, since technically this option has been banned as one, and I worked overtime last week. I think that means that, I mean, I've already said I am, so yeah, that means that I am allowed to go get myself a nice little treat at the local cafe. Or maybe I go real treat and I go to the bubble tea place. Get myself a matcha bubble tea or something. I'm gonna say that there probably are people that would run in a party if you wanted to, but the majority of the people that you're gonna recruit just generically on the recruit channel. Like, here we go. This is a person doing a 3-1 for the S25 dungeon. I get the feeling that the majority of people that would actually join for a dungeon just want to be carried. They're not there to participate in the fighting. If you really wanted to actually do a proper run where people are participating and going through the dungeon for reals, part of the problem is actually that a lot of players are just too strong. Oh, yeah, no, we're, Karis is not evil anymore. Sorry, spoiler. But yeah, like, when I run, I'm not strong enough that I would, like, be instantly wiping out the bosses. But if you had 5 people at my level, all in the dungeon, I get the feeling that not everybody would be able to get a hit on the bosses. So, like, when I run with a friend, generally, yeah, we basically melt the bosses, but like, oh, is that eavesdropping I haven't finished? Oops. Well, generally we can beat the bosses pretty quickly and clearing out the mobs isn't an issue, but a decently built 5-person team here is gonna absolutely nuke the bosses. Which makes it difficult to get a hit in. And the achievement was called, what was that? Excuse for slacking? Well, my excuse for slacking on the conversations there is that I could have done them anytime I wanted to, I just didn't. But yes, Karis went through a couple of color changes over the last little while, but basically on the S1 map, what's his face kind of betrayed her by taking Manticore, and she got mad and rage quit, and then we followed her into hell. If I'm being honest, I don't think I've actually bothered to read the story since S25. Abyss Dungeon, where you drop Soul Sucker ore on Hell mode. Is that like a... That sounds like a Avarice Abyss? Oh, what's up, Lousy? Way back in the day, to farm myself some Soul Sucker ore, I used to play, or 3 times a day actually, I would do a run at of Avarice and Abyss of Light as my guardian with the Roar Gather, so that I would roar to gather up the mobs and then the rest of the team would actually kill them. And for the most part, it was a really efficient way to get a party, because everybody loved it when the Guardian handled, Oh yeah, that was what happened. Good job, Lousy, remembering the story. But yeah, no, like, I'd bring my Guardian in, roar them, and everybody else would take care of the killing. And it was fine 90% of the time, but like once in a while I would recruit for a party and like explicitly be like, I'm roar gathering, so you guys do the fighting, and these people would just like stand there not attacking. I'm like, we're not beating this if you guys don't attack. So even back then you had a lot of people that really just wanted to be carried. As for me, when I'm live, I don't really like recruiting, because it feels not very fair to the people that are joining the party, because they don't know prior to joining the party that they're live. And when I'm not live, I still kind of prefer running alone, just because, like, I'm still a little on the slow side when I run alone, so if people join intending to get carried, they're not getting good, efficient use of their time. Right? Like, they're not of their time on their experience buffs. It's not efficient use. So I feel kind of bad recruiting it as if I'm gonna carry them. And I can beat it alone. But then every once in a while I'll die because I goof. It's not very fair. Like, if I'm gonna spend, 2,000 gold on a Navia feast, and I'll lose an hour to not even finishing a proper run because the person that recruited isn't doing a very good job, well, I would feel kind of sad about that. So I just don't, or try not to rely on availability of other players. And I've completely forgotten to use a bunch of these quest experience books, but that's okay, because I'll still use them in Dimensional Halls. Alright, in we go. Oh, right, we cannot do this one on solo challenge. People trying to leech and I'm being considerate. You know, it's just like I try to put myself in the other position, that occasionally I leech too. Like when I was running the Game Sage events with Area, yeah, occasionally I'd join a dungeon party looking to leech while I finished the script for my event. And, you know, I've been on both sides. What if I want to watch a show on my third screen while somebody else does the hard work? Like, I leech. I leech too. You take that out of context. A nice little clip. I leech. You know, Lassie, the thing about the lore is that the later we get into later you get into the game, the more inconsistent and off the translation gets, and it's kind of sad. You know what? I've done my part assisting people with leeches on dungeons where I was strong enough to do a good job carrying. So I think I've earned my ability to leech without feeling bad. But yeah, no, nowadays I prefer to just kind of go at my own pace. And frankly, as long as my character can run fast enough to keep up, I try. I'm not gonna just stand at the entrance anymore. That's not even fun. Unless I'm, like I said, unless I'm working on something else. And I just wanted a little passive experience while I was working on it. I would love to be able to carry Vault of Eternity as well, Resonant. Right now I can only do up to 7, so occasionally when if I go on an LP spending spree, I'll recruit to go up to 7. But people want more than 7 floors. And then you get the people that join where it's pretty clear they're multi-boxing because they join on like 3, or they join 3 characters quite spaced out, and then you watch as one hits the chest, then the next hits the chest, and then the third one hits the chest, and it's like, oh. Somebody's running multiple accounts for Ruby coins per week. I should really save my Ruby coins, but I'm just so bad at it. I'm the worst at the gambling. I literally use them up every single week. And it's a shame to not beat all these guys up, so even though I'm doing a terrible job of gathering mobs here, excuse me. Like I said, please don't take this as a guide on how to play Lancer. Use of Gacha Brain Rot. You know what? I do a great job of saving in Genshin when there's a character that I'm not interested in on the banner. Like I said, I pull for fun. So I have Nilo on one of my alt accounts. I don't need Nilo on my main account. Same thing I guess I should say for Zibai, because Nilo's probably never going to get a rerun now. She's just going to be on, like, a Chronicled. But, like, I have Zibai, so I'm never going to pull for Zibai on my main account. Oh, no, 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 Resonant, don't do that! If you need backpacks... Backpacks! Hold on, let me calculate how much this costs. Calculator. So, $4.99 times 4 plus $9.99 plus $1.999 plus $2.999. 7,993 LP will get you a 20-slot backpack. So don't use your RC just on backpacks. If you've got LP, if you can get through some VO runs and build yourself some LP, do it in the LP store. It's not tradable, but... where's my expand inventory? And also, if you've got any 5-slot backpacks in here that don't have this non-tradable thing, because these can't be used for fusions. These can. So you could start, if you got these from your, like, oh gosh, it was from the support cube. If you got these from the support cube, you can use these with the fusion scrolls. These ones here that say already bound but don't have the non-tradable flag, those can also be used. So, yeah, don't try to roll Paragon for backpacks. Don't do it. Alright, that should be it for the main quest on this character. So from here, I was thinking Ravager. Oh, what's that? Oh no for Yos Yos. Ugh. Well, at least now you know. Now you know. That's the good thing. Go through the LP store carefully and see what's in there, because maybe there's things that you didn't know. Like, for example, right now I'm kind of focusing on backpacks because I need a bunch for my Oh, don't worry. Like, I've bought stupid things before in Aura Kingdom as well. Don't even worry about that. Gosh. I don't remember the exact value anymore. I think I might have said a number at some point, but off the top of my head, I do not recall the exact value. I once spent over 60,000 gold on a single costume. One costume. Because it was on the top of the tiered spender, which isn't a thing anymore, but it used to be that as you spend your area points, it would fill up a bar. And every time you filled up another segment of the bar, you got to pick some items that you could take. There was a costume I wanted, and the only place to get it was on the very top of tiered spender. So that was like $1,000. So it didn't cost $1,000, but you had to have spent $1,000 to get it. And I wanted it. So I bought it off another player for 60,000, when that 60,000 could have done so much better things for my account. And the worst part is that sure, I liked the costume, but I'm pretty sure it's in the LP store now. Oh, they put another new costume in the LP store. Oh, nice. That's a cute one. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's in the LP store and it's not even that expensive. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Okay. At the very least, I don't think it's in the LP store. Hold on. Let me lock in a little bit. Okay, it's not. It's not, but you can get it in-game. It drops out of the world boss boxes. And not only that, I have gotten it out of a world boss box. This one. So the reason I like this costume is because I initially was playing a little bit on the Japanese server because I wanted to see what was going on in the future of Aura Kingdom. And I got a green version of it from a quest. And I was like, dang, I love this costume. It looks super cool. And when you play bow with it, the sleeves kind of flay out really cool while you're charging arrows. And I really liked it, so I wanted it. So when it came out on our server and it was only on the tiered spender, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll spend my entire fortune on it, and I just did. I don't know. I believe it is still ongoing, but it's disconnected from X Legend. My understanding, the Japanese company got the publishing and developer rights, so to speak. So they get the content, but they get a lot more freedom, and they get a lot more flexibility with what they're allowed to add and whatnot. So it's not in a completely different direction, but it's not the same as X Legend. It's I think it's a Moonrabi, or is it a different company now? Oh, hey, Ram. Wait, did I say Ram instead of Rem? I don't know. Where's my coffee? Yeah, sometimes you just gotta look good to feel good. Like, this isn't a great costume for a Lancer, I think. But dang, it looks cute. I'm gonna say I am excited for Arknights. But I had an issue this morning. I had a big problem this morning. One of my stash machines got clogged with an item that that wasn't getting properly transferred into storage because my storage was full, and then it ruined my Oh hey Stilo, it one of my transfer machines got clogged up, and I had another item going into it, so that item didn't get sent to the storage, and that item was integral for making the Wuling batteries. So then my Wuling battery production collapsed, and I didn't notice until after I used all of the batteries to exchange this morning for the whatchamacallit thing, the thing where you give them all the items because they need the stuff, and then they give you the stock coupons. And I was my battery level was fine, but the production completely fell off because one of my machines was clogged. I caught it before I hit zero. So I managed to throw in some batteries, and I fixed the clog, and I separated the machine, or the storage machine, for I think it was dense originium that got backed up. So I separated the storage for the dense originium and the other item that was going in. Absolutely, we need more Forges of the Sky. So if we had more Forges of the Sky, it would have been fine. Because what I had done was I had it set up so that I was using a little bit of extra Zeronite to produce those things that you need for the crafting equipment. And I thought I had enough Zeronite that the battery, I was only doing a certain amount per day. I was manually transferring in one of the materials, so I knew how much I would produce in a day. And I thought that my Zeronite would, it would slow down. It would, my production would slow down while it was doing the whatchamacallit things that I needed for the gear, but I was only doing a certain amount per day, so then it would just kind of catch up on the off time, but then one of the machines got clogged, so it didn't catch up, and it's like, oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with the factory building. I've heard the argument that if the thing you like the most about the Arknight Ensfield is the factory, you should just play Factorio, but there's more to it than that. I like the world. I'm having fun in it. Originally, I was much more excited about the factory building than anything, but now I'm just having fun with just the whole game in general. Conveyor spaghetti is probably the best dish it's serving right now, though. So hopefully 1.1 is... I haven't really looked at what's coming. Oh my gosh. Lousy, my Ferium problems are still ongoing. I just do not have enough Ferium in Wuling, but yeah, no, I'm using too much Ferium everywhere still. Right, I like the aesthetic of the game too. I'm enjoying the music. I find the combat fun. And the character building isn't as complicated, or at least as annoying as at Genshin. Under 60 usage. Ridiculous. So yeah, there's things about the experience in Arknights that Factorio wouldn't be able to replicate. Mm-hmm. And you need more Ferium than that just to handle, making those medicines. So I need more Ferium. Just gonna have to wait for the patch so we can get a higher level of development so that we can increase the Ferium. Or at least I hope. I'm bad at this. I always forget to open up my Dimensional Hall chests. It's not a new character, 50 more Ferium. Honestly, though, I don't care that much about pulling for the characters. Right? Like my Fairyam in Valley 4, completely maxed out usage. In fact, I'm a little bit over max usage. So it's gradually going down. Like I've got a stock and it's gradually going down every day. So at some point that's going to be a problem, but not today. But yeah, that's the other thing I really like about Arknights is that like I really don't care that much about getting a new character. I picked up the all physical team. I've got like I used the I got Pogratichik. I got then I used the free 6-star box that we got to get the Wuling kiddo, whose name is escaping me off the top of my head. Gosh, what was it? Yeah, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But then I just use them with Chen and the administrator, and I'm like, we good. I got my all physical team. We are partying hard. I don't hate Li Feng. I just forgot his name. Oh, you hate Li Feng. I mean, that's fine. If you don't like him, that's fine. More Li Feng for me, but Why do you guys all hate him? What do I not know? Oh, yeah, no, I wish I had more of them. Oh, hey, Campbell! Best grill! Which reminds me, I have not used my barbecue in a very long time. Maybe I should have barbecue for dinner tonight. Get something on the grill. Oh gosh, I was talking with some coworkers, my cool coworkers, about possibly having a party. But we'd have to go on the patio because there's not a ton of space inside. And the only source of heat I have outside is the barbecue. So what kind of party food can you do on a barbecue? Coworker gossip. I really like my coworkers. There's a Korean barbecue. Can you do that like on an actual barbecue? I would have thought you'd need a little grill, like a tabletop grill. Honestly, maybe I'm still relatively green at this place, but like I really like my coworkers. They're super cool people. And actually I still haven't updated it on YouTube, but one of them drew me this amazing picture of my Aura Kingdom character. Like they just messaged me like, "Hey, I'm practicing drawing. Send me a request." And so I said, "Hey, can you draw my Aura Kingdom character with a cup of coffee?" And it's so good. I really want to make it my banner on YouTube, but I just need it to be like, I need to crop it in a way that does the beautiful art justice. And also, we went out for Hot Pot. We went out for Hot Pot as a group, and like, I accidentally ordered spicy broth, and then like, I accidentally ordered spicy broth, and so as I'm slurping up my noodles, not only did I get spicy broth noodles slapped in my eye, I accidentally got spicy noodle broth slapped in an eye of the person across the table from me, and they still talk to me, so there's the hot drama. I'm very bad at eating Hot Pot. Oh, a cast iron plate for the grill. Oh, kebabs! Actually, that's a great idea, like skewers. AI... Yeah, no, my eye hurt for like literally a week. And now I've convinced one of my other friends to join me to go for Hot Pot at the same place. So let's see if I can take out another person. Alright, I've just been running back and forth here getting distracted. But no, I love my coworkers. It's a great environment. I'd say the work at my previous job was a little bit more chill at times. Like my previous job, you had massive swings between everything is awful and everything is falling apart and I don't have enough hands or monitors to deal with this, to I've been sitting here for 30 minutes and I haven't gotten a single email, so maybe I'll open up Aura Kingdom on the sly. Don't tell them I said that. But at my current job, it's much more just like a constant, manageable flow of work. You don't have like this crushing weight of it's just a manageable, constant flow. If I had one complaint, it's that I really wish I didn't have to talk as much as I do. So I have actually applied for for getting trained in another department where there's a little bit, actually, where you don't really need to talk with other people at all. It's going to be I'm sure that position is much more in demand though, so it might be a little bit before they actually get me into training there, but fingers crossed. I had my first singing lesson last week too, and I took the day off before the singing lesson just because I figured, maybe for the first lesson I don't really want to have been talking all day. He's swearing at each other. Oh, sorry, it's not the people that I'm working with right now, it's not like if I moved over to the other department we wouldn't talk anymore. If we'd literally be in the same room. It's just that the thing on my monitor screen would be different. That's about where it would be. But no, the everybody that I've talked to at all. I mean, I'm sure nobody's coming up and being a jerk to your face just because, but like everybody that I've dealt with at this place is great. And it's just kind of nice. Like, there were individuals at my previous company that I struggled a bit with. They, like... Language in a garage is 95% swearing. Honestly, that doesn't surprise me. But, like, at my previous job, I liked most of the people that I worked with. Most of them were great people. But the couple people that weren't were the kind of people that made it their mission to get involved in your day. I don't really want to say too much about the specifics of my workplace because there is only one provider. So if I say what it is, you will immediately know where I work, which is kind of a bad choice. We have a monopoly, you could say. Not really, but effectively. Can you imagine if I actually was working at LTT right now? I'm the mysterious unknown number writer. Yeah, no. It's still in logistics. So my previous job, I was a dispatcher at a truck company. I'm still in a logistics position. Semiconductors, that's a pretty small industry too, so... You know, I did apply to work at LTT, but I wonder if they're not super inclined to hire people, because I mentioned that I was running a small channel. So I wonder if they're not, like, I'm fairly confident that you have to not, like, it'd be a competition thing, right? You have to not work on your own channel at the same time as working at LTT. And that's why all those people that were leaving to start their own channels had to leave, right? Because it was a competition thing. Yeah, but that's because they wanted to do their own thing, right? Like, they wanted to go their separate ways, and they couldn't do their own individual channel at the same time, right? But, honestly, the YouTube industry kind of scares me right now. That being said, I watched LTT's video today, and whoever they did hire for the editing, I didn't apply to be an editor, of course, but I applied for a logistics position they had up, because that was my bag, so to speak. But, oh, really? One of the hosts does have a channel? I thought that there was, like, a specifically non-compete sort of thing going on because of the way that everybody leaving was specifically leaving to create their own channel. And at the same time, most of them were saying that they had very amicable separations, right? Not all of them. Oh, well, I might have to look into that. But yeah, I was just thinking that the video that they uploaded today for LTT, I thought it was very well edited. Oh, does that person have tan? Oh my gosh, they do. I love the jacket. Like, it's so fluffy. Oh, they couldn't take ads and patrons. Yep, that'll limit your ability to make profit. Well, I wouldn't have had to worry about sponsors. Seriously, Pan's jacket is amazing. Also, her face is kind of creepy, which is, like with the eyes being, like, super, super open. I know the color's a bit off here, but... Tell them I'm a VTuber. Should I, There is a bouncy. There is a video on my channel unlisted that I did for, the application to be in their video, because they wanted a 1-minute video application kind of thing. And I just kind of threw it together, and I said I was a VTuber, but that I also wasn't super, super worried about my face being visible, like that was a non-issue. And then, even though I agreed that they could use my real name, like, about a month before the video went live, they reached out again, and they were like, just double checking, you are really okay if we use your real name, right? And it's like, yeah, absolutely, I gave you permission to do that, and I'm fine with that. But everything about my experience working with LTT for one day was amazing. And I still have the water bottle they gave me. I like it. You'd never catch me saying anything bad about the people that I met and interacted with there on my one day. Stafford to Jen Cooters. Honestly, if anything, it might have been that they needed a token lady. And you know what? That's okay. I can be the token lady today. The day my peak is still coming, okay? Once I really take off and can afford a real model. Actually, I don't think the model would, I don't think the model is what's holding me back. I think my model is great. I wish I was a little less nervous when I was there, though. It would have been so much better. If I ever had the opportunity to go back, it would be so much better. How to really get me to take off? Yeah, probably playing a 15-year-old MMO that nobody, Actually, I'm gonna say nobody knows, but that's not true, because there's a shocking number of people that are like, oh my gosh. Wait, what? WestJet video? Isn't that an airline? That's true. Massive day for the unemployed. Well, the other thing YouTube says I should do in order to go big is start vertical streaming too. It has a button for automatically generate vertical stream, and I just really wonder what part of the stream it would clip. No, maybe I hang out in a very different part of the internet, but that literally did not click anything for me. I'm still busy thinking of the fact that I haven't been on a plane since 2010. The middle, just the very middle of the screen. What do you guys think? Should I, vertical stream or simul vertical stream to capture the audience of the... So things don't get you in a Muujin video. Now that's one that I know. Oh gosh, what could I even say? I'm not, I wouldn't call Muujin the safe part of YouTube, but certainly I'm certainly not in any degenerate corners, that's for sure. I do like drama YouTubers though, like Muujin just scratches that itch for the drama. Drama free. No, dude, I like drama tubers. I have a Twitter account. Okay, so you want to know my adventures in Twitterland? I attempted to try to start building a little bit of a following there because I thought it might be a good way to start engaging with the community. And I did get up to 100 followers at a time. And, well, I then found out that the messages... chasing a high, eh? But YouTube is telling me that I could earn gifts if I do vertical lives because they're trying to be TikTok now, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, so I started a Twitter specifically just because I kind of wanted to attempt to try to reach out to other people like at the same level of VTubing as myself and start creating a little bit of a presence. Well, when I finally realized that I had to open up direct messages in order to see that people had tried to direct message me, like it doesn't tell you, by the way, there's people trying to reach out to you. You have to open it and activate it. And that's when I see I've got messages from like 6 weeks ago and stuff, but whatever. So eventually I got some fresh messages and I'm like, oh, hi. And it's like within 5 or 6 messages, it's, you want to collab? And like, oh, I'm kind of chill here. So specifically the games that I play are probably not like your vibe. And they're like, well, how about we just do collab art? How about you send me $100 and I'll get this artist I know to do your character here with both of us? And I'm like, I don't know you and you're asking for $100. So I just said, oh, sorry, nope, that's not in the budget. And I'm just a casual amateur here. Not really $100 in the budget for random art. And they're like, okay, and then never message again. Next person. Your models are pretty kind of whatever, which suggests that they even looked at it. And like, yeah, I made it myself, so I know it's not great. And I'd like to have a good one eventually. And then, they're like, oh, I know this artist. Here, have a coupon. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, no, I'm not really at the level where I'm looking for an artist right now because it's not really in the budget, but thanks. And I followed the artist because part of me was like, I think they're a real person. And the artist is immediately messaging me back about doing a commission. And I'm like, not what I followed you for, but I checked out your stuff. And I kind of bluffed and I said I had an artist already that I was intending to use. And they're like, oh, well, are they a real artist? Like, do they have a VGen? And I'm like, yes, they're a real artist. Okay, goodbye. I don't have budget for it right now. And since I've told 3 people that I don't have money for doing commissions, nobody has messaged me. I'm on the bot's DNI list and I lost a bunch of followers. Oh, well. If I'm being honest, I have a friend that is an artist. I mean, I have multiple friends that are artists, but one of them drew me this beautiful hairpin with the flowers. I'll probably talk to them before I start messaging random people on Twitter. Because you're right, there's traces, there's people taking credit for things they didn't do. It's a tough world out there. As for starting a drama war with random creators, I don't know, I'd be more likely to accidentally say something dumb than I would be to, like, intentionally decide I want to start drama with somebody. I feel like that sort of thing should probably be, like, handled privately. Like, let's say there was person in the Aura Kingdom community. Oh, don't start it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make a drama video about this person in the Aura Kingdom community, and they like keep posting videos of these really cursed recipes, and I cannot stand looking at them. Like, they know I will never look at them, and yet they keep posting them in the Aura Kingdom Discord. They keep sending them to me in my DMs, and at some point, I'm gonna have to name names because, like, cursed cooking content is bad enough. But one time, they sent me cursed coffee content, and we don't jive. No jiving. I know, right? Oh gosh, Plinko, you know, you're allowed to have your opinion, but like, we're having a drama moment here, so maybe like take that energy somewhere else. Say something dumb and then double down on it. That's the meta nowadays, eh? Oh goodness, Rem, why would you say such a thing? We were trying to not name names. YouTube meta. Trying to come up with a bad opinion, but, I mean, if I thought it was a bad opinion, I wouldn't hold it in the first place. Okay, you just outed yourself there, Plinko. That wasn't me. Was my sass working? I was attempting it there. We have to change the stream name to the sass stream instead of the chill stream? Yeah, I'm kind of lacking on Dragon Points again this month, eh? I mean, what do you mean can share cursed recipes with Midday on Discord? Like, I'd appreciate if you didn't send me cursed things on Discord. Like, that would be nice. It is my personal opinion that I would prefer if you send recipes that are good and worth trying. Not cursed recipes. Oh, that's right! Only us over here in BC no longer have time changes. Shrimp Mac, ooh. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Cat food sausage will never be my favorite meal. Take that and clip it. Hey, Vanriel, I'm sorry that you had to come in at this moment. But yeah, no, we totally just decided we're not going to do time changes over here on the West Coast. So they stole an hour from us. I hate to say it, Campbell, but yeah, when I was younger, I did try the milk bones that we were given to the pup. I was curious, but I was a child, so that we can let that go, right? Children eat all sorts of weird things. But yeah, no, just I would like to redirect the conversation to the fact that my government just stole an hour from me, which they normally give back in the fall, and they've decided they're not giving it back in the fall anymore, okay? Crazy stuff. Wait. Yeah, well, we were technically waiting for the United States to do it as well, but then we just decided to do it anyway. Maybe the fact that BC has pulled the trigger will make it so that other parts of the country will take the trigger. Oh, Vandriel, I'm sorry that you came in at such a weird moment here, but BC has voted to, well, not voted, the government has decided that we're no longer going to change times, so they stole an hour from us last night, and to make it worse, this building next to me had a evacuation alarm going off for a couple hours this morning. So, not only did I not get to sleep in because I lost an hour last night, but I also didn't even get to sleep in a little past my normal alarm because the freaking alarm building went off. Now, personally, I read an article, which I highly agree with, where one of the arguments they made for staying on the "we took an hour away" time was that there'd be more light in the evenings, so businesses would be able to do more business, rather than giving back the hours so that people can sleep at better times. So I think it would have been better if we had prioritized people's health over businesses, but that's just me. But yeah, did I say alarm building? I meant the building alarm. It's like it's a huge, the area I live's a lot of complexes, so, sometimes alarms go off, and sometimes it's the loud bzzz, bzzz, bzzz alarm. For some reason, the word capitalism makes me think of that item shop game, Recettear. I know it's insane, Plinko. It's completely insane. But if you wanna flame me for preferring to prioritize people's health over corporate interests, then yeah, go ahead. Cancel me for that. I'll stand behind that one till the end. That's my opinion I'll double down on. Yeah, I definitely would have preferred to have even if it meant changing time one more time in the fall, I would prefer it if we did that. But I really doubt they'll change their mind now, since they've already made the announcement. Oh no! Hold on, did I... Ah, you know what that means? That means my Genshin account number 2, which normally I would have been able to do my dailies real quick at 7 p.m. if I knew I was going to be busy the next day. It's not going to have the dailies reset until 8 p.m., which is when I do my evening run in Aura Kingdom. So, I won't be able to do, evening runs for Genshin. It's sad. It also means... Well, I mean, humanity is doomed in various ways right nowadays, it seems. And I know it's the least important part about the current geopolitical climate. But the fact that I've been... Basically, originally I had planned to go to Japan in the year 2000. So it's, 2020. And obviously that didn't happen for very obvious reasons, but been very excited about finally locking in and going to Japan this year, and now it's the cusp of war. It feels a lot like World War III, I'm gonna say. And I know it's the least important thing, but it's of course I won't actually get to go on my trip. Something's gonna happen and everything's gonna get cancelled. Because I shouldn't expect to be able to do that kind of thing. COVID 26. I don't know, it just kind of feels like every time I make a big plan that I really, really, really want, something happens outside of my control that stamps it down. Honestly, working from home was amazing. I was able to make a lot of improvements to my life as a result of not needing to drive to work. I got to spend so much more time outside going for walks or goofing around doing things that I love in COVID era. But keep in mind that that came at the expense of a lot of other people struggling a lot with the locked in sort of thing. And some places that was a lot, living a good life was a lot harder when you literally weren't allowed to leave your house. Okay, well, my brakes didn't rust, so fortunately my car issues were non-existent. I was actually kind of surprised that I didn't have any issues with my car after COVID, but because I literally didn't drive it for quite a while. So I don't want to glamorize the COVID era because it was very challenging for a lot of people in various ways, but I did make some big positive improvements in my life during that time, and I'm glad I had the opportunity. I just don't think it was worth the collateral of everything else that happened, primarily the deaths, so to speak. But yeah, no, it just kind of feels like every time I try to do something big, a force outside of my control stops it. Again, that's the least important issue with World War III starting. Like, I know that. It's just that part of it makes me want to, like, not try to do anything anymore. Enjoy the comfort of bed. Man, when you work at 6 in the morning, like I started my shift at 6 in the morning, so when I worked at the office, working 12-hour shifts, 6 to 6, kind of sucked, right? So I'd get up at 4, get ready, leave for work 12 hours, come home, and then I got, like, 1 hour of that day was spent in the car, so that's 13 hours done. And, like, I had no life, whereas when I could just roll out of bed at 5:30, not only was I getting more sleep, I was immediately able to get into work. When I had those chill moments, because like I said, at my last job, sometimes I had chill moments. When I had those chill moments, I could sit there grinding my coffee beans and get ready to make a nice coffee on my break. It was great. And then I still had a little bit more time in the evenings because I wasn't doing any driving. It was great. I would have rather I could have taken a trip to Japan, but you know what? Sometimes we just have to live with what the cards life deals us, and I'm just kind of hoping that the cards dealt this time actually still allow me to go on a trip, because if it gets cancelled at this point, I'll be pretty disappointed. It still kind of feels like something's going to happen that's going to end up cancelling everything. Pretend to work. I only loaded up Aura Kingdom to AFK Fish and maybe Link Eidolons when I was on the night shift, and it was really, really quiet, because I did also do a, oh shoot, it wasn't a 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift. I think it was more like a 10 to 10 or something, because they wanted me to overlap a little bit with the, oh, did I just run out of the dungeon? Yes, I did. Completely forgot I was in the dungeon. The thing about my previous company was that as long as the work was done, there wasn't that much to micromanage. And I don't know if I want to necessarily say that I'm tooting my own horn here and I'm bragging too much, but like, I did the job for a while. I was very good at what I did. So I could resolve issues very fast. So as long as I was on top of things, it was relatively chill at times. So yeah, occasionally I would blink an Eidolon or two and AFK fish, and on my breaks maybe I'd jump into a dungeon instead of getting up and getting a meal. If my current job allowed for work at home, it presently does not. But if it did, I would not be able to be playing video games on the sly because it, like I said, it's a job where you're locked in. And honestly, the 8-hour shifts, they go by so fast after you've done 12 hours. It's no big deal. I think the funniest thing is that we get more breaks on 8-hour shifts at this job than my last job did for 12-hour shifts. So, there you go. I should have checked how much gold I had at the start of the run so I could see how much I made. Rewind technology to hundreds of years back. Oh, hey, KitKatter! Oh, yeah, no, some jobs... Yeah, even if you're working from home, you are literally locked in, and that's what my current job would be like. There wouldn't be any, oh, I'm just gonna run a quick little dungeon. It's, yeah. Okay, so 100 years ago, what job would I take? I don't know, probably something like weaving. Infernal Citadel? Oh, are we gonna actually do Endless Abyss? As for college diplomas, I think that I already missed the boat by the time I got mine in, Oh, am I gonna age myself? In approximately 2015-ish, when I graduated from university, I think I already missed the boat for a college degree being, or I guess it's called a university degree here, but for my degree being worth anything. Nut sorter. Goodness, wouldn't it be fun to make watches with radium dials? Just sitting around all day and looking at shiny glowy things? I'm kidding, by the way. Honestly though, maybe Watchmaker would be fun, because I do really like taking things apart. Maybe not so much putting them together, but I could learn that. Actually, maybe weaving would be more on brand, though, because I actually really like knitting. When something just comes out of the threads, it just feels very satisfying. Blinko, if you're gonna say something bad here, you can just not. There's something about knitting where a single thread, given enough time. Yeah, yeah, okay. Can you imagine actually transplanting people from nowadays into the past? Maybe not. But, if present me is the person 100 years in the past, finding a husband would definitely still be a problem. It seems so nice, but if I could choose to live in a simpler time where I didn't have to worry about all this stuff, or continue to live in the now, I think I'm sticking with the now because the now has Beat Saber. and I know I can't really stream it, but I really, really love VR. The past doesn't have VR. Somebody the other day on Twitter was posting about like how come all these VRs or these so-called VR fans aren't buying the omnidirectional treadmills to play, and it's like they actually don't even really like it because they haven't gone all the way, and it's like if I could afford an omnidirectional treadmill, I would be all over that. I would love to play games in that kind of environment. Like I would frankly, if I could figure it out, I would make a way to control Aura Kingdom from an omnidirectional treadmill, where my character's movement would be controlled by me literally walking. I would make it happen, and then I'd lose a bajillion calories, and I wouldn't have to be a VTuber anymore. No, just kidding. But those things are way too expensive. Not to mention that I don't have space. At some point, it is going to become too expensive for them to let people just mass produce crap with AI. Like, I get I'll admit it, I get motion sickness from anything above room scale VR. So I wonder if using an omnidirectional treadmill would actually alleviate that, because the issue with the motion sickness is that your brain is receiving information that you are moving when your body is saying, "Nuh-uh, I'm standing still." So if you were using an omnidirectional treadmill, would that then alleviate some of those symptoms, because your body is being like, "Okay, I'm walking," and then your eyes are like, "Okay, I'm walking"? Or is it more like in the ear canals? I avoid YouTube shorts because, like, they're kind of cursed even when they're good. But no, I just, like, and like any video, if I YouTube's been doing a lot of promoting smaller creators on my front page today. Anytime I open it up and the first thing I hear is an AI voice, I close it. It doesn't matter how interested I was in the topic. I'm done. Yeah, I suppose you could use an extension to block shorts. Personally, I'm just, I don't really like using extensions that much. Ram has to suffer from AI slop. It just, at some point, it's gotta give. It's just, what does it take out as it's giving? What do you mean, how do I rot my brain? I simply, when I really want brain rot, what I do is I open up, which game goes on which screen? I was gonna say I put Blue Protocol on that screen, I put Genshin on that screen, and I put Aura Kingdom or Arknights on the middle screen. That's my brain rot. Man, there was that one time I did that stream where I was playing both Aura Kingdoms at once, and then I just had it split down the middle in the absolute worst possible way to do a multi-stream. I agree with you, Lassie. And the other thing is, anytime I see an advertisement for a product that uses AI, my first thought is, oh, they're not even capable of affording an artist, so they don't, not only are they not investing anything into their product, they're not investing anything into anything. I thought that Windows 12 thing was actually just entirely made up. Like a bunch of AIs cannibalized each other's outputs to create a story about Windows 12. That was my understanding. I think novelty might be the wrong word to use there. Because certainly it's not new, but like the words that the AI is generating aren't new. It's all just as we call it. Made them say it was fake. Well, good. Make it fake. We don't want that. I'm still on Windows 10 because my computer can't support Windows 11. Everybody nowadays is like, use Wavelink by Elgato to get your streaming audio perfect. It's free and anybody can use it. And it's like, well, no, not anybody can use it because my computer literally isn't compatible. Just because it's on Windows 10. And every time I hear about the shenanigans that's going on with Windows 11, part of me is like, well, dodged a bullet. So I guess you get stuck with this audio. But yeah, no, I was trying to say that novelty feels like the wrong word. I think that suggests that there's something novel about it at all when there's not. So I'd say the spark doesn't have a spark. But, you know, you don't have to preach to me about being anti-AI because absolutely I don't like it. The only AI I interact with is the onboard AI on my phone because I've left on the message summaries because I find it hilarious how it summarizes things, and that's at least using my own power, not somebody else's equipment. Well, the good news is if my entire trip gets cancelled because World War III happens, then I suppose that leaves the budget available to actually get a new computer. Budget motherboards from AMD. Midday forever. Oh, so what you're saying is that it'll happen, but it'll happen while I'm in Japan and I get trapped. Cool. Love it. That would be even worse, I think. I used to think that Windows 11 would probably be fine. Oh, and thanks. Thanks for the reassurance that I'll be fine. But what you really mean is that I'll be fine if I'm trapped in Japan because I will be able to express my my sadness and scaredness in Japanese, and then people will help me, right? Because they can understand what I'm saying. Yeah, the Canadian government does try to get people out of war zones when things happen, generally. But actually, I've got a family member in Mexico, and they had that thing recently where all the airlines shut down. And I found out, like, I knew my relative was in Mexico, so I messaged him, and I'm like, yo, you okay? And he's like, my relative, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but my relative messaged me back saying, yeah, everything's fine, but then attached an AI-generated photo of themselves in front of a burning bus and car as if they were trying to joke about the fact that everything's on fire and burning down. And I'm like, come on. Was this a good use of an AI? But then I found out that my brother was supposed to go down to visit them the next day. And his flight got cancelled, so his trip got cancelled this year. This is fine. Basically, he was trying to pull a "this is fine" meme. But he used AI to make it. My brother also teases me about being anti-AI because he'll say stuff like, "Oh, we had an issue with my wife's iPad, and we just used the AI answer to diagnose it and fix it. How does that make you feel?" And it's like, yeah, well, I don't know, Campbell. That's Probably not. I get the feeling that the top AI answer is just Googling. Yeah, I know, but they were using it to like smush it in my face that AI was helpful because they know I'm super anti-AI. Like my dad was visiting from out of town once, and he Googled whether or not this very beautiful park that I love, that's kind of on the Coquihalla, I guess that's too local. It's kind of on the main highway when you're coming from Eastern Canada to Western Canada. There's this beautiful park. And I guess I don't mind letting you know what it's called. It's called the Othello Tunnels. It's gorgeous, gorgeous park around a city called Hope in BC, where there's like these really old train tunnels that have been cut directly through the mountain. If you have the chance to look up pictures, absolutely gorgeous place. But there was some landslides, so they had to close it for a while. So when my dad was coming to visit, he Googles whether or not the Othello tunnels are open because he wanted to stop on the way to the coast. And the AI is like, yeah, totally open. So they go and they drive down, and like literally a person in the town runs after their car to stop them because it's actually closed, and the AI is just lying to people saying it's open, and it's not. It's not safe. You know, I could easily say that my choice would be to not have children, but the fortunate thing about that is that there's more than just me required, so it's not even a concern. I don't have to worry about the possibility of children. There is a 0%. I'll take care of Stella. I'll take care of Stella when necessary, and that's good enough. But seriously, Google the Othello Tunnels. That place is gorgeous. I mean, I wouldn't call it Stella V2. I wouldn't name a pup without looking at it. But I'm actually the one that named Stella. I did give Stella her name. And, I guess I didn't really tell Mom, but, Stella was the name of a character in a story that I was writing at the time. So Stella is named after a character in a story that no one's read. That being said, she is a little star. No, because the important thing was that these twins, they were twin characters, and they both needed to have matching names because their parent... not that novel, you haven't read it yet. The two characters had needed to have matching names because their parents were dorks and decided to give them twin names. So the little guy is named Sterling, and the little girl was named Stella. And of course, Sterling was named after James Stephanie Sterling at the time. And now our, hey! Wait. Yep. You're not talking about it. You're gonna stop talking right there. Listen, I can be edgy if I want to be edgy, but like I said, I don't have the confidence to talk about my writing too much, okay? Oh, is the Othello Tunnels actually open for real now? Hey! You guys gotta stop about it right now. I shouldn't have even mentioned it. But hold on a second. Now I have to find out if Othello Tunnels is open again. Now, the one thing I need to tell you about Othello Tunnels, which is very important... Oh, it still says temporarily closed. Phase 2 of remediation efforts... Oh, targeted for completion for reopening in spring 2026! We might be back! We might be back this spring! It was always closed in the winter. It was always closed in the winter. But if you get the opportunity to be in BC and it's open, like, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, honestly, being in that stretch with the tunnels is the closest I've ever felt to, like, this is gonna sound really lame, but like being in a video game environment, because it's so pristine and gorgeous that it seems like a set piece in a video game. Like, it's hard to explain if you haven't been there, but like, take a look at the photos. It's amazing. And what's really cool is as you go through, the year that the tunnels were finished is on display, and you can kind of see how technology was improving as they finished. Because the tunnel gets more and more, like, smooth and consistent. Like, it's so cool. And we don't get snow in the spring, so you would be fine to stop in the spring. It wouldn't be too cold. Man, I might have to make a day trip out there. Once it's open again. Oh yeah, phase 2 of remediation efforts to reopen the tunnels has been completed, and guests can now explore the entire KVR corridor within the park. The park will close for the season as scheduled on October 31st. We'll do our final remediation, and then it'll be reopening in the spring. Targeting spring. But yeah, no, just if you're ever in BC, in not the winter, because it was always closed in the winter. Snow. We got, I think, like 1 day of snow this year, which is nice when you're working and have to be out and about and driving. But how many times do we have to talk about the end of the world here today, huh? Well, if we call it the world and we're gone, is it still the world? I mean, there's a thing that exists here, but what do you mean? Highway number 3, that's the is that the canyon? Hold on a second, I gotta double check something. Highway number 3. Highway number 3. No, I guess technically the canyon is highway number 1. Highway number 5 is the Coquihalla. Oh, highway number 3 is the southern one that goes over to Princeton. Yeah, no, I've actually never been on that one. I worked at Hell's Gate once. That is the thinnest spot of the river along Highway 1, and they've got a little air car that went over it. So I kind of worked in the middle of nowhere for one summer, and that was a very, it was an interesting experience. Being like, I mean, for the first month of it, I didn't have internet at all. And then I moved from the so-called dorm houses over to a little apartment in a teeny tiny little community in northern BC. Because I knew somebody that was living there, and they just weren't there for the summer, so I lived in their place. I rented it. I guess I sub-rented it from them for the summer while I was working, and I got internet, and they still use dial-up. So I played... Oh gosh, was that pre-Aura Kingdom? I think it was. Before Aura Kingdom came out, I lived in a teeny community in northern BC with... dial-up internet playing, what do you call it? Grand Fantasia, I think it was. Gosh, what year was that? Honestly, it sounds like I'm saying I'm old. I did have dial-up when I was younger. When we first got the internet, dial-up was the only option. That was when I was in elementary school. But no, this was modern. Like, we had proper modern internet available at home, but in this small community, the only option was dial-up because it was in like the middle of nowhere. So they didn't have the infrastructure for other kinds of internet at the time. But, I mean, I'm willing to admit that I am relatively old. You know, here's the thing. The noise that I remember is not the same noise that you see when, like, when you look up dial-up internet sound. Like, it doesn't sound right. So I don't know if it's just that, like, the particular company that we used for our internet had just a slightly different cadence because it was connecting to us, like, I don't know the minutiae of how dial-up works, but like if maybe this particular Canadian company that we used had their own address that you were dialing that sounded a little bit different. But yeah, my memory of the sound is not the same as the memory that everybody else seems to have. So apparently I've slipped world lines somewhere. I am not going to attempt to recreate it with my mouth. But yeah, no, we had the whole the Mandela effect, right? But yeah, we had the whole are you done on the phone? I want to use the internet. That was a thing. And before we had the internet from Netherworld. But before but before we had the internet, we still had a PC. We had like one family PC, and I would play Chips Challenge. I mean, aside from things like... No, because the 3D pinball game was definitely after. I don't even know how our computer had Chips Challenge on it. Like, maybe it came preloaded or something, but yeah, we had this game called Chips Challenge, and I found it free on Steam a little while back, so I downloaded it just for nostalgia's sake. At some point, it might be fun to boot that up and we can play puzzle games together. But you guys will have to vote for it at some point. Since apparently this channel has a democratic process for choosing content. Boop. Windows 10 pinball game? Is that different? Like, significantly different from the old 3D pinball? I actually didn't really understand how to play solitaire. I just liked moving the cards around when I was younger. And then the other thing we had was the Encarta... It was a digital encyclopedia called Encarta. and I say game loosely, but inside it, there was a trivia game where the idea was that you were advancing through this tower by answering, like maybe it was a castle, not a tower, but you were advancing through this castle by answering questions, by looking up the answers in the encyclopedia. Horror game first. You know, I still feel like... I just feel like it'd be really fun to have a BPM monitor. It's just, it's not really in the cards right now. Outlast, Poppy Playtime, or Amnesia. You know, the fact that Poppy Playtime has a name like that tells me that's probably the worst of the bunch. Okay. Maybe not soon, but I do hereby solemnly swear that I will play a horror game at some point before the end of the year. It gives me a lot of months to work up the nerve and perhaps work a little bit of extra overtime to afford it. Afford a heart rate monitor setup and a game. I just feel like that would be a lot of fun. I actually played that one on stream, KitKatter, but the second time, so it was no longer scary. And I love the music from it so much, I stuck it in my house in in the game. He's using the heart rate thing to buy time. Yes, I am. Look, if the trip to Japan gets cancelled, I'll have all sorts of freed up money to then spend on streaming related things to drown my sorrows and complain to you guys. But you know, I'm still praying that that nothing happens in that regard. SH2? I've actually never... those initials do not ring a bell. I will not buy a Dakimakura. Okay, hold on a second here. What kind of budget are we talking? Like, what kind of budget is necessary to buy a heart rate monitor and then find some kind of tool? Streaming heart rate monitor. I guess I should say live streaming heart rate monitor. That's probably gonna be something extra expensive because they just... Oh, Silent Hill. Pulsoid, a real-time heart rate widget for streaming. Choose monitor. That's definitely an affiliate link. 80 bucks! That's a lot. That's like groceries for 2 weeks. That one's 80 bucks too. That one's 150 bucks. $150. Didn't even come up with anything. That's like 100 bucks. Okay, so we're probably looking at somewhere in the range of $100. So one solid. So like if this week my this week I'm actually working an extra early shift at work. So it starts half an hour before everybody else and finishes half an hour before everybody else finishes, which is nice. So if on any of those shifts they ask me to stay for like an hour or two extra, that would technically cover the costs. But I'm also tired, so I don't know if I'd agree to overtime this week. I mean, no, an hour or two wouldn't cover the cost. What am I talking about? I don't get paid that much. Yeah, that's bad math. Plus, like, taxes and whatnot. Man, taxes just make everything so complicated. Anyway, I understand the budget. I understand the budget now, so, how about this? My next YouTube payout, when it gets to 100 bucks again, Oh no, that wouldn't work. Unfortunately, the heart rate monitor on my watch doesn't work that way. Which is annoying. Plus, like, that would mean I'd have to keep my wrist completely still the entire time. So I don't think that would work either. Plus, I don't have a camera. Welcome back, Lousy. So that means that I'm not a thief, right? Anyway, look at these guys. They're trying to convince me to buy a heart rate monitor. But... anyway. For playing horror games. So I said I'd do it by the end of the year. Reject all cookies. Okay, well, this website claims that they can use an Apple Watch or they can pull data from your Apple Watch. So maybe there are options available that I just wasn't aware of, but I'm gonna continue to say that it's because I don't want to do a horror game because I don't have a way to handle tracking a heart rate, which I think would be a lot of fun. So we'll quickly bookmark that, and this is a dungeon I've already run. Whoops. And I'll worry about it later. I got a lot of stuff to do today still. So I don't really want to be third screen investigating heart rate monitors while also trying to stream. You know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't added a coffee. There. But hey, we did hit our set time, right? Like 20 minutes ago, so we could just head on back to the top. Probably should have used a drop charm. Not because I'm getting that much from it, but just because. No, Lousy, you gotta blink. It's bad for your eyes not to blink. Don't you know? Oh, my mom just messaged me asking if I want to join her for a walk with Stella. So does that mean I should end stream immediately and go take a walk with Stella? I kind of want to. How would you guys feel if I just peaced out to go for a walk in the gorgeous sun with Stella? I kind of want to. So I'm gonna finish this dungeon run, and then I'm gonna go walk for a walk with Stella. This is not me running away. You know, it's great that I'm not a professional VTuber, Campbell. That's We must make a poll. Okay, well, then I guess we're making a poll. Hold on a second here. Start a poll. Stella? Okay, yes is winning. That means I get to stop. Actually, we'll do it for the end of the dungeon. Text mom, hold on a second. I gotta wait for the results of a poll. Hello, Simo. No, vote yes. Vote yes to Stella. Vote yes so that I can go for a walk with the beautiful puppy in the sunlight. Now, that's a solid win for yes. That is 70. I'm sorry, it's a... I mean, there's some ugly dogs out there, but Stella is a beautiful little girl. A beautiful little lady. And I love her to bits. So I am going to go ahead and end for today because yes has very solidly won at a 71% victory. So I will give Stella a pat on your behalf for everyone who voted yes. Oh. Yes, Simo, you can, but can you level up the same class? That's a great question, actually, because I thought that you could, but have I done that before? I'm pretty sure I haven't. 1 second. Dog can't win. Well, Stella's not with me right now. I'm just gonna double check. I don't think I have leveled up any of the same class twice that high. I'm pretty sure it would. Because I thought it was like the, yeah, my next highest bow is only 13. Yeah, that's what I was saying, is that I'm pretty sure you would. Because I thought it was like the, whatchamacallit, the level 30 Uber goodie bag, where it sends you the mail at that level on that character, regardless of whether or not you've leveled up another class. It's not an achievement. So I'm gonna say probably, but I have not technically ever done that, so I can't say 100% for sure. I'm confident it would be because, like I said, it's not an achievement. It's a reward box in the mail. So, but that being said, I have not actually leveled up 2 characters to 25 before, so I can't say that I know that's 100% true. Because it feels very silly to level up 2 of the same class that much in this game. Oh, there is a player with a bunch of Ravs that's done it? Okay, well, Plinko says yes. Anyway, I'm gonna go take Stella for a walk. 75% yes, so you guys have a good day, and next stream will probably be on next Saturday because I'm working Monday to Friday this week. I have my set schedule this week. Maybe an evening stream. Might do a evening stream somewhere random. But yeah, catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.